I'm going to break it down by days of the week and where you should go on what day. Okay, so the absolute best club in Brighton, in my opinion, is Chalk. Chalk is open Mondays, Thursdays, and obviously the weekend. So on Mondays, it's indie night, and that is the best night in Brighton, I think, personally, clubbing-wise anyway. Then Thursday nights, you've got like kind of pop night, and then Friday and Saturday night are kind of normal. I think Saturday night is disco, but yeah, I would suggest going to Chalk on a Monday and on a Thursday. Okay, so next we have Patterns. Patterns is open on Tuesdays and it's also open on the weekends. It's kind of dead on the weekends, so I wouldn't really go unless you have an event, but it's really, really good on Tuesdays as long as it's busy. But when it does get busy, there's a line all the way wrapped around, so if you do want to go, especially in freshers, I'd recommend getting there at like 10 p.m, and they kind of play like rap, R&B music. It is really vibes, and they have like a nice outside smoking area, and yeah, it is like quite fun, but again, you got to get there early on a Tuesday. Okay, then you've got Club Revenge, and this is the gay club in Brighton. There's also a bar Revenge, which you can go to first and like pre-drink, and then like they give you like free entry or something like that. And this is open on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and obviously the weekend as well. This place has the best vibes ever because everyone in there is just like so friendly. It's got like pop music, it's got so many levels, it's got a rooftop bar. The only thing about this place is they search you quite thoroughly, so if you're planning on doing anything, probably don't do it in there. Okay, so on a Wednesday, pretty much the only place to go to is Prism in terms of like clubbing, but this is like really, really fun if you are a fresher because everyone dresses up in like their socials. So like I've never been to uni, but when I did go, like everyone was always dressed up and it like always seemed like a really fun vibe. So like that is where to go on a Wednesday. But I would not go there ever on a weekend because it's the kind of the place that all the like people that don't know where to go out in Brighton go to. So it's just a bunch of clueless like 40-year-olds. So like it's just not the vibe on a weekend. If you're feeling more of like an indie vibe though, I would recommend Casablanca's. It's basically where they play live music and they just cover like generic songs, if that sort of makes sense. So it's like your normal club songs, but it's with a live band and it's kind of like jazzy and it's really fun. And this is good on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And this is kind of where the BIM students hang out. So like it's all the like musical, like indie sort of people, but it is still really fun and they've got really cheap drinks. Okay, so Thursdays is kind of a repeat of all those other ones. So you can either go to Chalk, which is the pop night, or you can go to Revenge, or you can go to Casablanca's. But another good club is, what's this one? Green Door Store. So this is kind of like a weekend only club, really. It's not really a club, it's kind of like more of like an event space. And like there's a lot of gigs and stuff, but it is really fun. It's like got a cool, like, I don't want to say sketchy, but like a fun vibe. Like all the cups are reusable. Like this is very hit or miss, but like a lot of people do swear by it, especially if you're more on the indie scene. So yeah, this club is also really good, Green Door Store. Okay, so next we're going to talk about Volks, and depending on who you ask, this is either the best or the worst club in Brighton, but this is a D&B club, and it's the only club open till 8 a.m. It is kind of like a little bit sketchy. It's also £15 on a weekend, which is kind of like, ugh. But like, it's really, really good if you like D&B music, and yeah, I honestly think it's a vibe, but again, you kind of have to go to like make your own opinion. Okay, now moving on to clubs you should never go to. The Arch is open on Tuesday, but do not go. I mean, they say they're electronic music, but it's just not. It's so cramped. It actually, no, lies. It's either super cramped where you're like that, or there's like literally no one in there. It's just never a vibe. It's on the seafront. All the seafront clubs, by the way, terrible. But yeah, definitely do not go to the Arch. Okay, I'm running out of time, but then you have Shoosh. This is like the worst one for like bouncers. Like they're horrible. There's a lot of groping. It's where all the Love Islanders go. It's just not a vibe at all. Just no. And finally, you got Coercion. It's Wannabe Shoosh. It's not fun. All the ones on the seafront are not fun at all. I'll do a part 2 for the bars.